What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Let's dive right into our first news. Waldo Cortes Acosta already has his next target in mind, following his dominant performance at UFC 324. The Dominican heavyweight extended his impressive streak with a thunderous stoppage victory over Derrick on Saturday night, further cementing his rise in the division. Cortes Acosta showcased superior speed and precision throughout the fight, a factor that became clear during the finishing sequence. He landed a sharp counter jab that dropped Lewis before swarming him on the ground to secure the stoppage against the UFC's all-time knockout leader. At the post-fight press conference, Waldo Cortes Acosta set his sights on Curtis Blades, calling him out over provocative comments made on social media. Cortes Acosta expressed no hesitation, saying he wants to rip Blades' head off for talking trash and making challenges personal. He emphasized that despite Blades' style, he does not see him as a particularly difficult matchup. In fact, he compared it to his previous 3 fights, which he considered more challenging than anything Curtis could present. Cortes Acosta made it clear that his motivation is not just about rankings or titles, but also about respect and accountability. Fighters who disrespect others online or talk excessive trash draw his attention, and he is ready to settle scores inside the octagon. With his momentum and confidence peaking after UFC 324, Waldo Cortes Acosta is determined to keep climbing the heavyweight ladder and prove that his combination of speed, power, and precision makes him one of the most dangerous contenders in the division today. And before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to support the channel. Moving on to another news. Dana White reacted to recent comments made by Conor regarding the status of his UFC contract. Conor claimed during a live stream that his deal with the UFC is essentially void due to the organization's new partnership with Paramount. According to Conor, his contract was heavily tied to pay-per-view points, and with the UFC moving away from the traditional pay-per-view model, he believes the terms no longer apply. The comments quickly gained traction online and sparked speculation about potential renegotiations or future legal complications. During a media scrum, Dana White was asked directly about Conor's statements and whether the promotion had entered talks with him over the situation. Dana appeared genuinely surprised by the claim and said he had not heard those comments before. Dana explained that he was unaware of Conor suggesting his contract had been voided or that renegotiations were already underway. He did not expand further or provide additional clarification, making it clear that, from his perspective, nothing had changed. The brief response did little to settle the debate, but it highlighted a clear disconnect between Conor's public comments and the UFC's current stance. For now, the situation remains unresolved, adding another layer of intrigue to Conor's future and how legacy contracts will be handled under the UFC's new broadcast model. Moving on to another news. What is next for Sean O'Malley following UFC 324 has become a major talking point across the MMA world. Sean O'Malley picked up a much-needed win at UFC 324, but it did not come in the form many fans were hoping for. There was no highlight reel knockout, no viral finish, and no instant title claim. Instead, it was a hard-fought decision that raised just as many questions as it answered about his future in the bantamweight division. Early in the fight, Song Yadong showed that he was not there to play it safe. He applied constant pressure, mixed in his strikes well, and even scored a couple of takedowns that briefly put Sean O'Malley on the back foot. For a moment, it looked like an upset could be brewing as Song's pace and aggression tested Sean's composure. However, as the rounds progressed, the experience and adaptability of the former champion began to show. By the second half of the fight, Sean O'Malley started finding his rhythm. His striking became sharper, his timing improved, and he began to wear on Song Yadong with clean shots. In round 3, the momentum fully shifted as Song visibly faded, while Sean picked up the pace and controlled the exchanges. After 3 competitive rounds, Sean O'Malley was awarded the decision victory, snapping his losing streak and restoring some confidence. Following the fight, Sean O'Malley wasted little time in making his intentions clear. He called for a rematch with the champion Peter Yan, while also acknowledging that Merab could be next in line if the UFC decided to go that route. He made it clear that he understood the business side of things and was prepared for whatever the promotion chose. Dana White was asked about Sean's performance and the possibility of a title shot next, but he did not offer any concrete answers. Dana explained that his focus had been elsewhere, mentioning upcoming events and already scheduled fight cards through March and April. As a result, no immediate decision decision had been made regarding Sean O'Malley's next matchup. Sean O'Malley himself struck a humble tone after the win. He admitted that he had taken winning for granted earlier in his career, and that coming off 2 losses made this victory feel especially meaningful. He emphasized how good it felt to get his hand raised again, and suggested that he was in no rush. If the UFC moves forward with a title fight involving Peter Yan and Merab, Sean made it clear that he is willing to wait and stay patient. As for Song Yadong, he responded to the loss with grace, posting a simple message on social media, thanking fans for their support and saying he was good. The bantamweight picture remains crowded, and while Sean O'Malley may not have secured a dominant finish, he firmly placed himself back into the conversation. Moving on to another news, Ariel Helwani has shared an interesting update regarding the upcoming UFC White House card scheduled for June 14th. According to Ariel, he has been informed that the octagon for this historic event will feature no sponsors on the cage or the canvas. That means no traditional branding from energy drinks, beer companies, gambling sponsors, or crypto platforms anywhere inside the fighting area. This decision immediately caught the attention of fans, especially in light of the recent backlash over ads during broadcasts. With the octagon completely clean, the presentation of the event is expected to look very different from a standard UFC card. The absence of logos could give the show a more classic and stripped-down feel, placing full focus on the fighters and the action. However, there is also a practical side to this change. Without sponsor logos on the canvas, there will be nothing to visually mask blood during intense exchanges. If there are cuts and heavy damage, the octagon floor could look far more brutal than usual, adding another unique element to an already historic night. Moving on to another news, Dana White addressed the growing backlash from fans following the first ever Paramount broadcast card, as complaints about excessive advertising flooded social media. With the UFC no longer operating on a traditional pay-per-view model for these events, many viewers felt the experience was drastically different, especially with ads appearing during fighter walkouts and even over corner instructions between rounds. During the post-event media scrum, Dana White was asked directly about the criticism and whether this level of advertising is something fans should expect going forward. Dana made it clear that the transition is still ongoing and emphasized that the new format is a work in progress. He admitted he had not yet reviewed the broadcast himself, but stressed that adjustments will continue to be made as the partnership evolves. Dana also highlighted the financial side of the move, reminding fans that the price point is significantly lower than traditional pay-per-view. At $8.99, viewers are no longer paying premium prices. And according to Dana, advertising is part of how the business balances itself under the new model. He pointed out that the fighters and the promotion still need to generate revenue, and ads play a role in making that possible. While the response did little to calm frustrated fans, Dana White made it clear that the Paramount era is still in its early stages. The UFC appears committed to refining the viewing experience, even if that means some growing pains along the way. Moving on to another news, Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje delivered exactly what fans expected, an all-out war that lived up to the hype. Last night, the UFC audience witnessed an absolute banger as Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett went to battle in a brutal 5-round fight that tested the toughness of both men from start to finish. As always, Justin Gaethje came out aggressively, pressing forward and throwing heavy punches with bad intentions, immediately setting a punishing pace. Early in the fight, Gaethje did not rely as much on his trademark leg kicks, but his pressure alone caused serious problems. Paddy Pimblett was dropped a couple of times, including one moment that appeared to follow a possible thumb to the eye. Despite that, the Scouser showed incredible heart, firing right back and landing several thumping shots of his own. Pimblett refused to back down, trading in the pocket and absorbing damage that would have folded many fighters. As the rounds wore on, the fight turned into a test of endurance and willpower. Heading into the 5th round, it was clear that Paddy Pimblett likely needed a finish to secure the victory. He pushed forward with urgency and gave everything he had left, but despite his remarkable effort and toughness, he was unable to put Justin Gaethje away. When the final horn sounded, all 3 judges awarded the fight to Gaethje, capping off another grueling battle in his career. Following the fight, Dana White revealed that both fighters would be taken to the hospital due to the damage sustained. He admitted he had no idea Paddy Pimblett had that kind of chin and praised both men for engaging in an absolute dogfight. Paddy was sent to the hospital immediately, while Gaethje despite insisting he was fine, was also scheduled to be checked out after the war. During his post-fight interview, Justin Gaethje revealed what he told Paddy Pimblett inside the octagon. Gaethje explained that he wanted the finish, but felt it was important to teach Paddy a hard lesson. He recalled Pimblett saying his own face would look the same after the fight, only for Gaethje to point out that it clearly did not. Gaethje emphasized that false confidence is dangerous, and that accepting the worst possible outcome is how fighters perform at their best under pressure. Now holding the interim title, the conversation shifts to what is next for Justin Gaethje. The most obvious matchup is a clash with the champion Ilia. If Ilia is ready to return this summer, a showdown at the White House card makes perfect sense. Gaethje made it clear he wants that opportunity, saying there is no way he should be left off that card. If Ilia is not ready, Arman could be next in line, or potentially a scenario where Holloway wins his fight and sets up a massive title bout at the White House. As for Paddy Pimblett, his future is less certain. He may take time to recover, or the UFC could capitalize on his feud with Arman and book a high-profile matchup while Gaethje moves on to the title picture. Moving on to another news, the MMA community exploded with backlash after Justin Gaethje was accused of cheating during his fight with Paddy Pimblett. Early in the bout, Gaethje appeared to poke Paddy directly in the eye. On the replay, his entire hand was visibly extended, with a finger clearly making contact with Paddy's eye. Referee Mark Goddard immediately stepped in and issued a stern warning, making it clear that another eye poke would result in a point deduction. However, later in the fight, controversy struck again. Gaethje appeared to poke Paddy in the eye a second time, this time using his thumb. Because it was less obvious in real time, the referee did not stop the action, and Gaethje was not penalized. Moments after that exchange, Gaethje dropped Paddy, which only added fuel to the fire. Replays quickly circulated online, and many fans felt the foul had a direct impact on the momentum of the fight. What followed was an avalanche of outrage across social media. Fans accused Justin Gaethje of deliberately compromising Paddy Pimblett's vision and getting away with it. Many pointed to visible bleeding and instant bruising inside Paddy's eye, which could clearly be seen afterward. To them, the lack of a point deduction was unacceptable and unfair. Comments flooded X and other platforms, with fans expressing disgust and anger. Some wrote that while they respected Gaethje's toughness, they were sickened by what they saw as repeated eye pokes, followed by complaints about low blows. Others said that once they saw the replay, it completely changed how they viewed the fight, calling Gaethje's actions dirty and unsportsmanlike. Several fans went as far as labeling him a crooked fighter and accusing the UFC of being broken for allowing fouls to go unpunished. The criticism did not stop there. Some fans argued that if Justin Gaethje had any decency, he would admit the fouls played a role in the outcome. Others turned their frustration toward Mark Goddard, accusing him of allowing fighters to cheat and putting athletes' health at serious risk. There were also claims that Paddy Pimblett was not only eye-poked twice, but also struck low, with fans insisting the second eye poke completely altered the fight. Harsh words continued to pour in, with some saying they had lost all respect for both Gaethje and the UFC after what they called a complete screw job. Many highlighted that leading with the thumb is unnatural and questioned how such fouls could be dismissed as accidental. The general consensus among critics was clear. Regardless of intent, the second eye poke warranted a point deduction, and failing to enforce it may have changed the entire fight by denying Paddy crucial recovery time. Moving on to another news, Demetrius Johnson expressed surprise that Paddy Pimblett didn't attempt to take Justin Gaethje down more during their recent fight. He admitted he was shocked that Paddy, despite being such a skilled grappler, never shot a double leg when he clearly had the advantage on the ground. Demetrius explained that in MMA, when a fighter has a significant grappling edge, it's often the most effective way to neutralize a stronger striker. Instead, he felt Paddy tried to grapple a fighter with far more power than he could handle in the pocket, comparing it to trying to fight a bull without the strength to control it. Demetrius pointed out that Paddy did eventually attempt a shot, but only after taking damage, rather than when he was fresh and at full energy. He emphasized that this was a key missed opportunity, as taking Gaethje down early could have shifted the dynamics of the fight and minimized the damage Paddy was taking on the feet. Despite the missed takedown opportunities, Demetrius praised Paddy's toughness, noting that he is incredibly resilient and shows no fear in facing elite-level competition. He highlighted that this is a learning moment for Paddy, showing how important it is to use grappling when facing a physically dominant opponent. Demetrius concluded by reiterating that while Paddy's chin and heart are undeniable, strategic takedowns could have been the difference in challenging Gaethje's pressure effectively. Moving on to another news, Ilia Topuria reacted to the Gaethje vs. Pimblett fight on X, taking some shots at Paddy. He called him "little sausage" and pointed out that all Paddy had to do was beat a 38-year-old fighter. Ilia reminded him that he just lost the biggest paycheck of his life and that winning would have made him rich. Turning his attention to Justin Gaethje, Ilia offered congratulations, while also sending a warning. He said Gaethje should get ready because no matter what happens next, he is in for a serious challenge. Ilia's reaction was sharp, confident, and full of the fire fans have come to expect from him. Moving on to another news, Dana White has finally responded to what he called absurd claims surrounding his role and motivation within the UFC. Recently, speculation began circulating that Dana is no longer fully invested in the company and that he does not truly run the UFC anymore. Those rumors picked up steam after a previous interview, but Dana has now pushed back hard against that narrative. In a new interview with Sports Business Journal, Dana White made it clear that he will maintain full control and ownership over the UFC. He stated plainly that the idea of him stepping away or losing influence is completely false. Dana explained that much of the backlash stemmed from a single CBS interview where his answer did not align with how some people expected him to respond. Dana expressed frustration that one question, taken out of context, was enough for people to claim he no longer cares about the UFC. He said he found the reaction strange and difficult to understand. According to Dana, judging his commitment based on one interview makes no sense. He went on to say that fans should look at what the UFC is building heading into 2026 and 2027 to truly understand how invested he remains. Dana emphasized that he is actually taking on more responsibility, not less, and remains deeply involved in shaping the future of the organization. The comments served as a firm reminder that Dana White sees himself as fully committed to the UFC and believes the results will speak louder than any speculation. That's it from MMA Pulse News. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for your daily dose of MMA news.